What is up, people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and welcome to the VLogz 186. Today's a very exciting video today. I get to talk about something that's really passionate to me. Um, uh, I'm not talking about Cinco de Mayo today. That's not what this video is about. But two of my favorite fictional characters happen to share a birthday today. Um, uh, as you all know, I love Crash Bandicoot. It's one of my favorite video game series of all time. My first video game series, as a matter of fact. And you also may know that Coco is my favorite character in the whole series, and I have a couple of other all time favorite characters. Nina Cortex is number two. Um, Hold on, let me start over. Coco's my top favorite character. Nina's number two, and Pinstripe is number three, actually. um, what really made Pinstripe one of my all-time favorite characters was seeing his personality in Crash Team Racing, and then that sold it for me. But anyway, I'm not quite here to talk about Crash Bandicoot today because I only just found out that Coco her birthday in Japan is on May 5th. I didn't know that until today. However, there was the other fictional character who I was talking about. I was anticipating their birthday today, like very much, and I'll tell you who this character is in a little bit. Um, and today I get to finally talk about a series. What That's actually one of my new favorite series. And one of my new favorite video game series, and I didn't even not even a year ago was I interested in the series, but I more recently it became one of my favorite series, and I'm talking about the Puyo series actually. You know, um, I'm glad I finally get to talk about the series and share my history of the Puyo series, and because the series itself has a lot of history. It's been around for 30 years, and this year marks the 30th anniversary. You know, because there's a lot of other video games that have anniversaries this year. You got Mario, Donkey Kong, Crash, Sonic, Legend of Zelda. There's a lot this year. So, a lot of video games sharing anniversaries this year. But anyway, if I'm swiveling my chair too much, I apologize. But yeah, Puyo. It has a lot of history. It spun off. It's a puzzle game series that spun off of a dungeon crawler series known as the Mado Monogatari series, which I think translates to Sorcery Saga. I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that series is just a few years older than the Puyo series, and many of the characters from Mado Monogatari carried over into Puyo. And Mado Monogatari is very it's way more mature than the Puyo series is actually, and uh, but anyway, my history of the Puyo series. So my first introduction to Puyo at all was DOS and Sonic Mania. Let me explain why. At the time, I didn't know what Puyo was at all, nor did I know about any of its reskin games, Doctor Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Kirby's Avalanche, and Quirks. Didn't know about those games, so Sonic Mania was how I got introduced to Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That was technically my very first because you can play a Puyo in Sonic Mania or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, whatever you want to call it. So that was my first introduction to the Puyo series at all. So I'd say like either 2018 or 2019 when I first really started to get into watching Simple Flips videos. Shout out to Simple Flips. I had to do it. But yeah, there's a certain point where I started watching him play. I was watching videos of him playing Puyo Tetris, and I remember seeing those videos for the first time, roughly, and I remember seeing the game and the characters that you could play as, and I was really enthralled and compelled by it. Seeing this new kind of game and seeing these characters, they were just so striking to me. And fast forward a little bit into the future. We fast forward into like the early fall of 2020, and that is when I that is when I first really start to learn about Puyo Puyo and what it's all about. Because before that, I have I've heard of Arl Naja, but I didn't know anything about her. Didn't really know who she was. I just heard about people wanting her in Super Smash Brothers. As would I. But yeah. Um. Anyway. John Cartwright wanted I remember hearing him talking about wanting Arl Naja in Super Smash Brothers. Good choice. And I now realize that. But so yeah, I knew of Arl, but I didn't know anything about her. So again, fast forward to the fall of 2020, early fall of 2020, and that is when I come across the cutscenes for Puyo Puyo Tetris, the first game. And I watched like probably 45 minutes of those cutscenes, yeah, which comprised of like the first like 2.5 acts of the adventure mode in that game, because there's 10 acts in the first Puyo Puyo Tetris game. And then I watched these cutscenes, and I'm all of a sudden I'm just so enthralled. Again, I'm so enthralled and compelled by the characters, and actually seeing these characters in full cutscenes and fully voice acted and everything, and it was really compelling. And seeing all these characters for the first time that I saw, they really left a lasting impression on me. And my first impressions were they were like just really weird and fun and quirky characters with a whole lot of personality. And so I I'll never forget seeing these characters for the first time. And yeah, they were yeah, I really thought they I'm sorry if I'm blanking a lot in this video. It's hard to tell a story when you have a headache. But I'm just gonna hold this. So, yeah. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I remember seeing these characters for the first time, and I thought these characters are charming as hell, and I love the character designs, and the art style is really it looks really charming, and yeah, like I said, seeing them all for the first time, I just I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I'll just never forget how I saw, and my impressions were like, this is the most charming cast of characters that I've ever seen in quite a while, um, because every character is chock full of personality, and so after seeing some of those cutscenes, I thought I gotta play this game. I gotta see how this story plays out, and understand the characters and learn about their quirks and learn more about the Puyo Puyo series, and then later the Mado Monogatari series. And because the Puyo Puyo series has mostly been exclusive to Japan for most of its lifespan, which is really unfortunate. I feel like we were robbed of this series because we only have barely gotten any uh, releases of the series here in the United States. I think the very first game was released in the arcades in the U.S. Then of course we have uh, the Game Boy version of a game called Puyo Pop. It's a Game Boy port uh, of another Puyo Puyo game. I can't remember what it is, but then we get Puyo Pop Fever, and then years go by, and we don't get another Puyo Puyo game released here in the U.S. until Puyo Puyo Tetris in 2017, and so what I wound up having to do was watch videos and long plays of every single game in the whole series, and and including like the side series, the anniversary titles, and I've even seen a Mado Monogatari gameplay footage. And let me tell you something. After playing the story of Puyo Puyo Tetris in its entirety, I was absolutely hooked, and I absolutely fell in love with the series. I fell in love with the characters. I really was interested in the this new kind of puzzle game that I've was not very has a steep learning curve, kind of, sort of. It's one of the harder puzzle games to try to play, and so I've gotten better at Puyo Puyo, and it's because of Puyo Puyo Tetris that I actually have gotten better at Tetris too. I still suck ass at Tetris, but I've been playing Tetris all my life. My dad taught me how to play Tetris. Hell, the first version of Tetris I owned was on one of my first cell phones, which was a fucking slider phone. But anyway, so yeah, it's fun. It's crazy to me. Not You don't see a lot of puzzle game series that have characters, with like backstories and cutscenes and yeah. Every Puyo Puyo game that I've seen, I absolutely love the stories in all of them. Some of them a bit more than others. Like my favorite game out of the compile era of games is Puyo Puyo 4 or Puyo Puyo N. And I love that one because of the aesthetic. The characters look absolutely amazing with the in the anime style that they're in, and just the atmosphere, the music. It's very uh like it's very like reminiscent of like the 90s. If you hear some of the music, if you've heard the soundtrack of that game, you'll know what I'm talking about. And one of my favorite Sega games is actually Puyo Puyo 7. I love the story in that game. Uh, and I like I said, absolutely loved the story in Puyo Puyo Tetris 1. And I can't wait to finally start to play Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, because that game has even has double the amount of cutscenes. It's funny. Um, the first Puyo Puyo Tetris game had like roughly 3 hours of cutscenes. The second one has roughly 6 hours of fucking cutscenes. I mean, my God, that's like the first Metal Gear Solid, That's about as many cutscenes as the first Metal Gear Solid. I'm not even kidding. That's very impressive. And so long story short, I absolutely love the Puyo Puyo series. I really do like the gameplay, actually, even though it's hard for me to get used to. I practice more and more so I can try and get better at Puyo Puyo, and I still have a lot to learn. I can't make no 15 fucking chains or anything like that. Yeah, but I'm getting better at Puyo Puyo. It wasn't an easy game for me to try to learn, but I do really love the gameplay of Puyo Puyo. I absolutely love the characters. They are charming as hell. They're uh, like I said, full personality. They're all really adorable, if I may. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I feel like the art style helps out with that. And Yeah, I do love the new art style as well, actually, and which has been around since it's technically been around since the first Sega game, like Puyo Puyo Fever. But Puyo Puyo 20th Anniversary was the random fun fact was the first game to have the absolute most current version of the Puyo Puyo art style. And then you see like very mild changes in since then. Um, in Puyo Puyo Tetris One, characters look a little different, and like some of the cover art for like the drama CDs, they look just a tad bit different, and same thing with some of the light novels. I've read one of the light novels actually, and it's really good. I managed to find translated versions of all of the light novels actually, and so yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, today all the Puyo Puyo characters have birthdays. A lot of them do. And today's today also happens to be Amitie's birthday, and so yeah, she's my favorite character in the entire series. And so it's just crazy to me how both of my favorite two of my most favorite fictional characters of all time share the same fucking birthday. That's pretty crazy. And if you don't notice about me, I love cute characters. Amitie is just absolutely adorable. She's just a ray of sunshine, and she's just the epitome of positivity, as the official Puyo Puyo Twitter page had stated today. But yeah, I gravitate towards those. Those are my favorite kinds of characters, actually, who are bright and bubbly and just happy-go-lucky and full of life and full of energy and very free-spirited. And that's why I love Amitie so much, because she's just really cute. And some of my other all-time favorite characters in Puyo Puyo actually are Sig, Lemris, and the Dark Prince. And who another thing that I love about Puyo Puyo, it now has, since Puyo Puyo Tetris was released in English in 2017, um, it has a lot of really well-known voice actors in it now for the English version, and every single voice actor that's in Puyo now is for English is from something. Yeah, at one point I thought hearing some of the voices, I thought Richard Horvitz was the voice of Klug, and but that wasn't the case. But he sounds just like him though. And I also thought one of the Simpsons voice actors was in the series, but that's not the case either. They just happen to sound so similar. But yeah, um, yeah, I freaking love the Puyo Puyo series, and it's I don't know what else to say. It's just not even a year ago did I really know anything about this series, and now that I've been playing it, now that I've invested myself in the universe, and another thing I love about Puyo Puyo is that it has a multiverse too, and so which I didn't realize until when I started learning about all about Puyo Puyo and everything, and so yeah, I do have one random object. I've shown this already, but it's not Amitie's Puyo hat, but it's a red hat with eyes on it, so that's close enough. That's close enough, okay? It's Cappy, but still, it's equivalent to Amitie's red Puyo Puyo hat, which has had two different designs, and the first three games that Amitie was in, her hat was like really giant and like shaped like the Epcot Center. It had wings on the side, and then it wasn't until Puyo Puyo 7 where the hat changed to resemble a beanie, and so yeah, those are random fun facts for you. So anyway, um, like I said, I'm really glad to have discovered this series. And it's like, where has this series been all my life? In Japan. Like I said, I feel like we were robbed of this series. But better late than never, I always say. So ever since, it's funny, the Puyo Puyo Tetris was released in Japan in 2014, and it did not get an English release until 3 years later in 2017. But luckily, since then, we have had games come here to the U.S. Like with Puyo Puyo Champions and Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. Um, I forgot to mention this, but excuse me, literally the first Puyo Puyo game I did get to play was Puyo Puyo Su or Puyo Puyo 2. I had played that on the SNES Nintendo Switch Online library, and that's how I played. That's the first Puyo Puyo game I got to play. I sucked asshole at it. I couldn't even get past like the first three opponents. Once I got to like the third opponent, I just kept losing, and I just quit because I didn't know how to play. What I love about Puyo Puyo Tetris is that it has lessons for it has lessons to teach you how to play the game, which was extremely helpful. And so, my God, it's almost midnight. So, and then once I played Puyo Puyo Tetris, that is when I really learned how to try to play. And like I said, I'm getting better at Puyo Puyo. I'm not perfect. I'm not where I want to be with the series in terms of my skill level isn't where I want it to be. But with time, I'm sure I'll get better. After all, it's a very competitive game in Japan, and which is awesome. You don't see that for a lot of puzzle games. But anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Like the video if you liked it, ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. And that's it for this year's little vlog marathon for the first 5 days of May. And I'm pretty sure I'll do a vlog for Arl's birthday as well. Her birthday is in like July, I think. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until the end, like the video if you liked it, ring the bell to be notified of future videos I make. That way you never miss an upload I ever make. So yeah. Once again, I am Alex Swimmer, aka AP3Jumped. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That is it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Oh, if you guys have played Puyo Puyo by any chance, then I would love to know what is your history with the Puyo Puyo series, and what's it been like for you guys? I want to hear all that in the comments. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I can't remember the last time I said that. Well, with that, thank you. My head is fucking killing me, and it's not because I'm wearing this hat. It's because I watched a trippy video earlier that was a parody of a movie I'd never heard of called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. But yeah, it had trippy visuals in it, and I just couldn't handle it. Kind of reminiscent of getting hit by a fuzzy in Yoshi's Island. So, yeah, it was for AVGN's recent video, actually. I never heard of that movie up until today. So, alright. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. Here's to next year's little vlog marathon.